about the rock and their types. This is the class 7 geography, chapter 2. Inside our earth. We are going to read about the rock and their types. First of all, what is a rock? A rock is a natural solid material made up of minerals. You all have seen the rocks. The rock is a natural substance which is made up of a material. Okay. There are many types of rocks. So, as for the study, we divided the rocks into three parts. The first one is called the igneous rocks. It is also known as the primary rocks. The second one is the sedimentary rocks, and the third one is the metamorphic rocks. What the igneous rock means? The igneous means the word igneous. It means that the fire. Okay. So when the molten magma, you all know about the magma. When the molten magma cools and it becomes solid rocks, then thus the rocks are formed. They are known as the igneous rocks. Okay. The sedimentary rocks. Sediment means to settle down. When the things are settled down and the rocks are formed, then it is called the sedimentary rocks. Sedimentary rocks are formed by the accumulation and compaction of the sediments. After a long time of period, over a time, there are some sediments that are deposited in the form of solid. Then the solids material are considered as the sedimentary rocks. Okay. Now come to the metamorphic. Metamorphic means the changes of form. When a older rocks converted into a new one, then we call them the metamorphic rocks. Okay. The metamorphic means the change of form. Metamorphic rocks are that rocks that have changed from existing rocks. Which existing rocks? Existing rocks are the igneous rocks or the sedimentary rocks. Okay. When a rock converted from the igneous or converted from the sedimentary, then the form will change. Then we say that it is a metamorphic rocks. Okay. Now come to the igneous. The igneous rocks are further divided into two types. The first one is the intrusive and the second one is the extrusive. Intrusive means you all know that the magma comes from the inner part of the earth. When the magma comes from the inner part of the earth and it cools down in the inside of the earth before the crust, maybe in the mantle, maybe in the lithosphere. So when the molten magma cools down deep inside the earth crust, this is called the intrusive rocks. Okay, intrusive igneous. When the molten magma comes on the earth surface, when the magma comes on the earth surface and spread over the earth surfaces, then it cools down rapidly. When it cools down rapidly, it has a very fine grains. But when the magma cools down in a period of time, then the grains formed by the intrusive rocks are large grains. Means when you feel that, then the bigger ones, the grains are the size increasing in the size or bigger in the size comparative to the extrusive rocks. When we are talking about the examples and how will we identify? So when you want to identify the intrusive rocks, you see the granite. Granite is the example of igneous intrusive rocks. Okay. So we extract the granite from the inner part of the earth. Now come to the extrusive rocks. So we can consider the basalt. In the geography of India, you read about the Deccan Plateau. In the Deccan Plateau, the rocks were found, and that rocks are considered as the basalt rocks. Okay. Any confusion? Now come to the next one. The sedimentary rocks are also formed by different factors. So there is a formation process of the sedimentary rocks. That process is weathering. What weathering means? Weathering means the breakdown of rocks due to the change in climate, change in temperature, change in heat, change in pressure. Due to this, when the rocks is break down and settle down, then we say that it is a sedimentary rock, and weathering is a process which involves in the formation of sedimentary rocks. The second one is the transportation. What it means? Transportation means to shift an object from one place to another place. When the rocks are weathered, rocks converted into grains and they shifted from one place to another with the help of air and the water. Then the transportation is another factor which is helped in the formation of the sedimentary rocks. Now the third one is the deposition. When the things are transported from one place to another, then they are deposited at a place. And after the deposition, there is a compaction, and contraction happens. That develops a form of salt, form of rock, and that rock is called the sedimentary rocks. Understand? What is the example? The examples are sandstone and the limestone. The igneous rocks are very hard rocks. They are very hard in nature. But when we are talking about the sedimentary rocks, because they are sediment in a layer form, so it is softer than the igneous rocks. Understand? Now come to the metamorphic. Metamorphic rocks are also two types of rocks. because it is formed by the two other particles, two other rocks. First one is the igneous rock and the second one is the sedimentary rock. So when the metamorphic rocks change their form, they form into two parts. First one is the foilated. Foil करते हैं वो foiling करते हैं foil के form में. But and the second one is the unfoilated. When a layer or a banded appearance, a layer of the formation, when a layer is formed, then that metamorphic rocks is considered as the foilated metamorphic rocks. Example slate, example schist, example gneiss. These are the three examples of the layered metamorphic rocks, or you can say that foilated metamorphic rocks. Now next part is the unfoilated, in which rocks there is no layers are found. That metamorphic rocks are considered as the unfoilated metamorphic rocks. Example marble. There is no layer. Second one, quartz. Quartz is a stone which is used in the watch also. Okay. So these are the three types of the rocks which is very important for your examination and for your understanding. Thank you.